The BPMH Performance Reports. Setup Data. Welcome to the Performance Reports Setup Data video.
Please review the BPMH Performance Reports System Overview as a prerequisite to this video. This BPMH Performance Reports Setup Data video will be a walkthrough of the Setup Data section of the BPMH Performance Reports, including the grant purpose, training program, and faculty development forms. Completing this video will give you knowledge of the steps and process of completing the Setup Data section of the BPMH Performance Reports.
Where do we begin?
We will begin on the Grants Purpose Setup page of an open Performance Report task. Log into the EHBs. Open the Tasks tab. Navigate to a Performance Reports task. Click the Edit or Start link on the selected task. Click the Grants Purpose link in the left navigation menu to navigate to the Grants Purpose Setup page.
From within an open BPMH Performance Report, click the Grant Purpose link in the left navigation panel. The Grant Purpose Setup page opens displaying one or more grant purpose options. Select the appropriate purpose or purposes from the list provided. After completing a form, it is recommended to always save the page first, before clicking the Save and Validate button. This will save your work, remain on this page, and validate the data entered. If the form fails the validation, an error will appear. This will give you an opportunity to fix any errors before you continue to the next form. Some programs offer an alternative method for selecting a grant purpose. In this method, you are presented with a long list of choices, but you may only choose one grant purpose from the list. Click the radio button to make your selection. If you select another radio button, your previous selection is removed. When your selection is made, click the Save button first, just as you would on the more common grant purpose setup page. Now back to our Save Grant Purpose Setup page. After saving this form, and correcting any errors, click the Save and Validate button. The Training Program Setup page opens, displaying a success banner. Expand the left navigation panel by clicking the double arrows. In the left navigation panel, you can see that the training program link is highlighted, and the grant purpose form is complete, as indicated by the red hash mark removed from the green check mark. Click the double arrows to collapse the left navigation panel. For help completing this form and others, expand the Resources section by clicking the arrow. From the Expanded Resources section, click the Program Manual link. The instruction manual for grantees will open in a new window, for viewing or downloading. This manual will give you the instruction necessary for you to complete these forms successfully.
Note: this manual is specific to your program.
Now back to the Training Program Setup page. On this page you must enter each training program that was supported with BHW funds. Each program must be entered separately. We can add these training programs in the Add Training Program section of this form. First, let's create a little working room by collapsing the top navigation panel. To begin adding a training program, click the arrow to select a training program from the list.
Note: depending on the grant purpose selection, different types of training programs will be available in the list.
From the drop-down list, select the appropriate training program.
Note: you must click the Load Program Details button to proceed.
Click the Load Program Details button to populate the next drop-down list. Click the arrow to display the degree types to select from. Select the appropriate degree type. The degree type field will populate with your selection. Click the Add Record button to add the record to the training program list. The configured training program will be added to the list. You may add another training program, if applicable, by repeating the previous steps. Click the Save icon to save and check validation. With all errors corrected, click the Save and Validate icon. The Faculty Development Setup page opens displaying a success banner. Click the double arrows to expand the left navigation panel. In the left navigation panel, you can see that the final form in the Setup Data section, the Faculty Development link, is highlighted, and the training program form is complete, as indicated by the green check mark. Click the double arrows to collapse the left navigation panel. On the Faculty Development Setup page, you very simply select one of three options. If you have no faculty-related activities to report, select the corresponding box. If you do have faculty-related activities to report, select the appropriate box. When you have completed the selections, don't forget to save the page first, to check for validations. Then, with no errors to correct, click the Save and Validate button. With all setup data forms saved and validated, the next step is to begin adding data to the performance data forms. In this instance, it is the PC1, Program Characteristics form that opens first. Let's expand the left navigation panel to see what our status is. In the left navigation panel, you can see that the PC1 link is highlighted, and the faculty development form is complete.
Note: the performance data forms are specific to your program, and the selections made in the Setup Data section.
Please collapse the left navigation panel. This concludes the Setup Data tutorial, but there is one more very important topic to cover. Let me set up the scenario for you. You have completed the Setup Data forms, and you have completed a number of forms in the Performance Data section. Let me show you. The left navigation panel shows that we have completed the Setup Data section, and have completed 3 forms in the Performance Data section. Let's go to the Grant Purpose page to show what might happen if you now change the data in the Grant Purpose form. On the Grant Purpose Setup page you can see we had previously selected both options. One of these selections we can change without any danger, but if we deselect the PAT1 selection, we may lose data. Let me explain. The PAT1 item has many performance data forms associated with it, whereas the PAT2 item has none. We could safely deselect the PAT2 option, but not the PAT1. Let me show you what I mean. I am going to uncheck the PAT1 option and save the form. This warning message appears, letting us know that data may be lost by completing this action.
The message states, changing the selection in the Grant Purpose Setup form will cause the system to delete all data in the other forms that were previously saved and linked to the initial selection, in this form.
For this demonstration, to show you how this happens, I will click OK. The Grant Purpose Setup page opens with our option deselected, and an Information Save Successfully message is displayed. To see what that message means, let's expand the left navigation panel. It shows that the complete performance data section has been deleted, and only the Grant Purpose form remains. At this point all data entered previously has been lost. This concludes the BPMH Setup Data video. Contact information.
Please use the following contact information for program-related questions or issues. Please contact your project officer. EHBs and technical questions or issues. Please contact the HRSA Contact Center at 877-GO-4-HRSA. That's 877-464-4772. 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.